Hello, Rachel. It's so nice to have you on the show today. How are you doing?
Fine, I'm fine. Thank you, Elisha. So good to be here. So good to be here.
Beautiful. I love that. And thank you so very much for being here. You see, I truly appreciate it. And you see, Rachel, oftentimes I love to thank my guest for two things. All right. And I do this so often to the point where it has become an anthem for me. So, firstly, Rachel, I want to say thank you so very much for investing in yourself. You see, you are on this platform right now because you did invested in yourself. And oftentimes, Rachel, I love to make reference to the amazing mango tree. You see, some months ago, I was on a particular road, and just by the roadside, Rachel, there was this very tall, unattractive mango tree. And I use the word unattractive because the mango tree's got no mangoes on it, and the leaves were all dry. So I just walked past it and I went my way. But you see, Rachel, just recently I was on that same road. And this time around, a lot's changed about the mango tree. The mango tree caught my attention pretty good from a distance. And immediately I got the urge to move so close to it. And of which I did, and it wowed me. Because now the mango tree's got a lot of mangoes on it, beautiful green leaves and healthy branches, and not just mangoes now, Rachel. I'm talking about ripe mangoes. It was such a lovely moment that day. I was so excited. I tell you, here is my point: the fact that you dedicated your time, energy, and resources to becoming the amazing Rachel that you are today. That alone has made it really impossible for me to skip you. And that's why you got the request from me to be on the show, because I was attracted to the fruit of all that you're doing, your insights, your philosophies, how you're offering your solution, the impact your work is having. These stuffs are amazing. And just before you got the text from me, I said to myself, I've got to benefit from these beautiful things Rachel is doing. Not only me now, but even the audience. And here we are today with the amazing Rachel. So thank you so very much for doing that yourself. And secondly, thank you for saying yes to the invite. Because if you had said nope, there was nothing Elisha could do about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Elisha. First of all, you're such a beautiful storyteller. I I love the fact that you allow us to interact with you on your walk. So when we are listening to you, we're not only just envisioning the tree, but we are going on a journey with you. And so we go to and fro. And then you bring about the ugly sides of the mango tree, but also when you come back, you show us the beauty of the mango tree and the fruit in it. And as a life coach, I love it because it amplifies the journey, the process. That don't give up on us too soon. We're still work in progress, and soon somehow we may bear fruits, not in the time you expected, but we are coming. So I love that, Elisha. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. And that's a great perspective. I love that too. So let's get started, Rachel. You see, I'm quite excited to have you on the show today for two reasons. Firstly, my interest in knowledge seeking. I believe in order for one to transition from a terrible situation to that of a beautiful one, Rachel, I believe it takes the application of knowledge, quality information. And you see, Rachel, ever since I discovered that light in the Hebrew means knowledge and darkness means ignorance, I've been so keen to knowledge seeking because I do not want to remain in the dark. So that's going to make our conversation today very important to me and even to the listeners. The second reason why I'm excited to have the amazing Rachel on the show is for the sake of the audience. See, Rachel, we live in an age where information is as abundant as grains of sand. We've got lots of information flying out there. So these folks trust me for quality, eye-opening, and very important information, of which I am totally convinced, Rachel, that our conversation is going to be insightful and impactful. So for that reason, Rachel, let's get started with your introduction. talk to us about your personal or professional journey. Because right now, we are so curious. We want to know how Rachel got here. Then afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Okay, Rachel, over to you.
My apologies. I think that's my reception. My
Okay, no
apologies.
worries. Yeah, no worries. So let's get started with your introduction, your personal and professional journey. Then afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Got it now?
Sure, sure, sure. So my name is Rachel Wambui, and I'm a practicing life coach. I've been a life coach for a couple of years now. But how I ended up being a coach is that my background is finance, and I genuinely didn't like my job as a former banker. But I found myself in places where every time I met someone, I always offered something that would make their life easier, better, and I would see the possibilities of what they can have in life. And so as I looked back for more than 10, 15 years, I have found myself even in schools, in spaces where, in churches, where I just find myself giving people such relatable and practical truths about life. And that's why I loved the analogy of the mango tree. It's so profound. The mango tree, we may write off the mango tree too soon. However, when we give it a few years and strategy and knowledge, I love the fact that you brought about knowledge and the darkness being lack of information and lack of knowledge. So that's why I come in as a life coach. So I'm a practicing life coach, and I have been for the last couple of years, and I love being a life
Amazing. I love that. I love the fact that you are using your wisdom, your insight to help others. That's amazing. So I'm curious, how has the journey been so far? What are some trials, some difficulties, challenges that you face all through the journey, and how did you overcome these stuff?
I love your question because one thing I say as coaches, I think we are one of the few people who we have to take the medicine that we give. If right now I go to a doctor and I'm ailing in whatever space I am ailing in, they'll prescribe to me, take 2 tablets of this and 3 tablets of this, and after 3 days you should be better. And this doctor will never probably at any one time take this medicine. And so I've learned my greatest barrier and challenge as a life coach is that I cannot offer any clients anything that I am not working on myself. So I'll only take you as far as I am willing to work on myself. If I'm challenging you to grow in a certain area, I must first challenge myself in those areas. If I'm struggling in certain areas, I must first look at the mirror and address them from my own challenge and then allow my clients to participate in my journey of growth. And so I've learned the more I do my inner work, hard inner work, face my own truth, um, try to ask myself, what are my blind spots? Which areas am I not fully aware of myself? The more I do my inner work, the more I help or I assist my clients to do their inner work. So that has been my journey.
Profound words.
It's work in progress.
Profound words. And that's amazing. You shouldn't give others what you don't have or what you haven't experienced. I got that. And the fact that you are also a continuous learner, that's amazing. That's one of the good traits, or should I say, that's one of the traits of a good leader. And now I understand why you're so good at what you do. Beautiful. So let us talk about connections. All right. So how can we build deeper and healthier connections? Got it?
So thank you. Thank you for that question. That's a good question. And let me try and tweak the question so that we can be able to answer. Um, I think when we talk about building deep connection, we must first be able to understand that as human beings, we were created for connection. No man is an island. And so the degree that we learn to connect with people begins with how we begin to connect with others. And so when we bring about the nature of connection, we are saying that over and above desiring to live a meaningful life, I know that life becomes more enriching and more fulfilling when we have a journey with other people where we connect. And so just today, you and I have met, and I can tell because of our like values, we connect on a certain level. However, we only connect to that degree to the level we learn to do our inner work, our introspective work, and how we learn to connect with our own self, both the good and the bad, the ugly and the beautiful. When we do a lot of inner work, then we allow people to connect with us to the level.
I got that. I got that. And thank you for explaining it that way. Okay, let us talk about what is your Blossom self-care program about?
Oh, I love it because I think it was developed from a place of need. After seeing many of my clients, I realized our women are somewhere finding themselves in a bit of challenge. And this is how I figured out. If, for example, today Elisha is my client and he comes and tells me the challenges he's going through, and probably even in the office place, once men receive criticism, it's so easy for them to do their inner work. In fact, they take it up as a challenge. However, I could maybe attach it to culture or, how we were trained growing up as women. I realized we seek a lot of external validation. And so even the way we hear criticism, the way we receive feedback is pegged so much on our identity. So if I hear my boss telling me, Rachel, you need to improve in this, what I hear is, you're not good enough. And so Blossom came from a place where I saw the gap in us as women, where we have to find a way of validating ourselves and growing ourselves to be the women that we know we can, from a place of allowing yourself to blossom. That you have the ability to give yourself permission to blossom. And the anchor and the pillar of the program is us accepting our challenge, accepting the seasons of life, and defining success differently. And let me explain that. As a man, from the time you get employed to the time you retire, more or less your success is linear because your expectation in the marketplace is different from what is at home. Think about it. Even if you have a small child today at home, Elisha, you're not required to be home all the time. And so part of what I do with ladies is teaching them how to define success in different seasons of their life. That I don't need to show up as a man in the boardroom in order for me to compete with my fellow men. That I can show up in the uniqueness of my femininity and still learn how to bring my contribution in the uniqueness of whom I am without losing myself. And so different seasons offer different meanings for success. So that's where Blossom came.
Wow, that sounds like a very interesting, powerful, and effective program. Oh boy, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, lastly, okay, how do you help clients who are experiencing burnout or they are feeling stuck in life? How do you help them come out of this situation?
Oh, I love that. I recently worked with a client who was in a terrible burnout. And, you know, 2 months down the line, she's blossoming and smiling. And this is my own definition of burnout or being stuck. So in different seasons of our lives, we are fueled by vision. So Elisha, today, the reason why I'm here is because you envisioned having guests who are doing different things. And so the vision is what gives you drive. Now, when we burn out, we are simply saying, I have outlived a vision. So I need a bigger vision. I need a bigger vision that would fuel me to a greater goal. All right. And so feeling stuck is saying that I lack the tools that now help me navigate to a bigger vision for myself. And so that's usually my favorite spot, burnout. And so we do small practical exercises. For example, we do a wheel of life. And the difference between how a wheel of life is done is this one, we check the energy. It's called energy toolkit. So when you're doing the wheel of life, we're saying that instead of you feeling the different areas of your life, rating them from 1 to 10, you're simply going to color it red if that area of your life takes energy away from you. And we're going to color green the areas that recharge you. And we're going to color yellow the neutral areas. And so we usually have different exercises that help you raise your awareness. When you're burned out and you're feeling stuck, you don't even know the areas where you're feeling stuck. You don't even have a vision. You don't have a picture image of the areas that you're stuck in. But you see, we are not stuck in all areas of our lives. We could be there stuck in our career, but in our relationships, we are thriving. So even shifting perspective to what is working and then creating a strategy for the areas where we feel frustrated is one of the things that I enjoy doing. I really enjoy doing.
Beautiful. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us. Okay, Rachel, so to bring this to an end, you see, it's been a very insightful moment with you on the show. You've shared some very invaluable information, and I truly appreciate it. And so does the audience too. So, what would you like to leave the audience with, like a final thought? And to those ones who would like to reach out to you, learn more about everything we've discussed so far, or even ask questions, how can that be possible?
All right. Incidentally, I'm preparing for a masterclass tomorrow, and it's on mindsets. And how I am concluding that session as I was preparing is that I would like people to, as ironical as it may sound, to get excited about challenges. You see, challenges are supposed to bring out the best version of you. They're supposed to introduce you to a part of you that you've never met. All right? And so once you find yourself in a challenge, how about saying, I wonder what I'm going to learn out of it. I wonder who or what version of myself can I be able to meet at the end of this challenge? And that changes your perspective and it brings an excitement that causes your mind to believe there's an expected outcome, better expected outcome. So that's my pattern. How can you reach me? So my social media platform, there's Facebook called Life Coach Rachel, and I think I'll share with you so that you can share with you. There's Life Coach Rachel. There's my LinkedIn, Rachel Wambui, and there's my Instagram. All right. And then my website, there's www.rachelwambui.com. Rachel being RachelWambui. All right. Thank you,
Beautiful.
Elisha.
Yeah, so that's going to be the end of the show, Rachel. Thank you for coming and thank you for sharing this beautiful stuff with us. It means a whole lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elisha, for having me. I enjoyed myself. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're doing a